Hello everyone, in our last two videos we worked on this integration where we imported the employees into Oracle HCM Cloud using HDL process, and then we got the import and load result and sent them through notification. Now at the time of import or load we may get different type of errors. Now in this video we'll fetch those errors directly into this integration and send them through notification. So if you didn't watch those videos, you can watch that. You will find the link in the description. Now to get the error details and the associated component, we need a query. So this is the query where we are using different HCM tables and we are fetching the error message, the component where we are getting the error, and the associated line ID. In this query, we have to pass the process ID from the integration to get the error details for that particular process ID. I'll provide this query in the description for your reference. Now using this query, we have to create a BI report and then we'll call the BI report from the integration to get the error details. You can see I already created the data model and the report. If I edit the data model, so this is our query and we have one parameter P process ID. And now if I edit the BI report, so the data model is linked with the BI report. Now if you want to know how to create the data model and BI report, then you can refer my data model and BI report creation video that you will find in the description. Now I'll go to OIC and call this report from the integration. And to call a BI report, we need a SOAP adapter connection. So I'll go to connections and you can see I already created a connection SOAP 001. I will use this to call the BI report. I'll open this connection and here you can see I am using the ERP URL with the BI report HDL, which is external report WSS service. Now I'll go to integrations again and edit the integration. Now just before the notification action, I'll search for this connection, which is SOAP 001, and I'll provide the name as call HDL error report. Continue. So you can see external report WSS service is already selected. We have to select the operation as run report. Continue, continue, and finish. Now I'll go to map and I will expand the body. Then under the run report, we have to provide the values in different attribute to call the report. And the attributes are attribute format, parameter name values, report absolute path, and size of data chunk download. If you want to learn about how to call a BIP report from OIC in detail, then you can refer my earlier videos and you can also find the video link in the description. First of all, I'll click on attribute format and create target node. Here I'll provide CSV as our report output is in CSV format. Then I'll expand the parameter name values and expand item. Then I'll go down. Then in the name, we have to provide the parameter name. So I'll click on create target node and write the parameter name, which is P underscore process ID. Now in the values, we have to pass the parameter value. So I'll expand it. And in the item, we have to provide the process ID. So for that, from the source, I'll expand import employees response. And here we will find the process ID. So I'll map the process ID to item. Then in the report absolute path, we have to provide the report path with the report name. So I'll click on create target node and I'll go to Oracle ERP, and this is our report that we have created. To get the report path, I'll click on more and schedule. Here you can see report path and report name. So I'll copy this and paste it here. Now for the size of data chunk download, I'll click on create target node and provide -1. Now we'll call this report when the import or load is not successful. So for that we'll add a switch, and here you have to put the condition as the status of import or load is not success. So for that I will expand get HDL output, where we will find import and load status. So I'll drag the import status here and choose the operator not equal to. Then I'll provide success. I'll add one more condition and do the same for load as well. So drag the load status choose the operator as not equal to, and provide the value as success. And here instead of all of, we'll choose any of. So now the condition is import status not equal to success or load status not equal to success. So when any of this is not successful, then only we'll call the BI report to get the errors. So that is why I'll cut these actions and paste within switch. Now after calling the BI report, we'll get the base64 encoded format. To decode it, we need the opaque schema, and we'll use the stage file action to get the decoded report output. So I'll click on plus and search for stage. I'll choose stage file. I'll provide the name as write stage BIP. Continue. Here we have to choose write file. I'll provide the report output name as HDL error report .csv and provide the directory as output, which will be a directory within OIC. Now continue. So to upload the opaque schema, we have to choose XML schema document. Continue. Now here we will upload our opaque schema. So you can see this is the opaque schema.xsd file. Continue. Finish. Now I'll go to the map. I'll expand the call HDL error report response and I'll map report bytes to opaque element. Now to get the report output through notification, we need the file reference of this stage file response and attach that in the notification. But as we are using the stage file within the switch action, so it will be not visible outside this switch. So to get the file reference, we'll create a variable and store the file reference within it. So I'll go left, and after the schedule we can see one assign action. I'll edit that and create one variable which is v underscore report output. I'll save. Now within the switch action, after the stage file, I'll search for the assign and select the variable that I just created, that is v report output. Here I will provide the file reference of the stage file response. So you can see write stage BIP. I'll expand this, and under the ICS file we have the file reference. So I'll drag this here. Now I'll edit the notification and go down. I'll click on the plus under attachment. Here I'll search for the variable which is v underscore report, and we can see the variable, so I'll drag this here. Now as this variable is storing the file reference of the stage file response, so we'll get the report output in the notification. Save this. Now in case of HDL success, we'll not get any error report output, but as in the notification we are using the attachment, so we'll get error in the notification due to attachment missing. So for the HDL success, we have to use a separate notification without the attachment. So here we can put a condition: if the report output is having the file reference, that is if it is not null, then we'll use the error notification, and if it is null, then we'll use the success notification. So I'll add a switch here, and here I'll choose v report output, and in the operator I'll select not equal to. Value will be null, and it is the case when we get the output report. So in this case we have to use the error notification. So I'll cut this and paste it here. Else we'll use the success notification. So I'll add 3 dot and add otherwise. So in the otherwise section, when the report output variable is null, in that case we'll use the success notification. So for that I'll click on the plus and search for notification. And in this notification we are using the same details as our previous notification, which is notification 1. But here we are not using any attachment as it will be used for success notification. Now we are ready to activate and run our integration. So I'll activate the integration in the debug mode. Now I'll run it. So you can see the file name and the file path is already provided as we have used this integration earlier. So I'll go to the WinSCP, and this is the file. I'll open the file and provide some wrong data to get the error. For the first employee, I'll provide the incorrect business unit, And for the second employee, I'll provide the incorrect legal entity. The third employee data will be correct. So we are expecting that we'll get errors for 2 employees and 1 employee will be successfully imported. Now I'll run the integration. Now after 14 iterations, we can see the processing completed successfully. And if I go up, you can see the condition import status not equal to success or load status not equal to success is satisfied. And then it is calling the HDL error report. And in the assignment, the V report output is assigned with the file reference that is referring to the error report. And then V report output not equal to null is satisfied and the error notification is being sent. Now we'll check the email for the report output. And you can see this is the email that we received. So import status is success with success count as 15, but load status is error with success count as 1 and failed count as 2, and it is as expected. Now I'll go down and this is our HDL error report. So I'll download. Now I'll open this report to check the error details. Here you can see we are getting the error message for 2 lines with the line ID and the component as well. For the first line, we are getting the error as you need to enter a valid value for the legal entity ID attribute as we have provided the incorrect legal entity. And this is associated with the work relationship component. For the second line, we are getting you need to enter a valid value for the business unit ID attribute as we have provided the incorrect business unit. And it is associated with the work terms component. So this is how we can use a BI report to get the HDL error details, and we can call the BI report from OIC to get the error report directly in the notification. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, please hit the like button, share this video within your circle. If you have any doubts or any suggestions, put that in the comment section and do subscribe our channel.